Hi everyone, it's Mari. Welcome back to my channel. It's another video today for the holiday series 2020, and I am going to be working in my December album, and I'm going to be creating a little interactive element for the opening page of my album today. I'm going to be working on a little bit of Strathmore Bristol Smooth cardstock, and what I did was I actually traced a tag. This is a Dilutions number 10 tag from Ranger. I traced that onto my Bristol Smooth cardstock. I just traced out the outline, and then what I did was I just went ahead and cut that white cardstock out in that shape, and I'm going to back that tag with a little bit of this buffalo plaid paper. This is from the My Mind's Eye collection that I've been using so far in my album. It's an older collection. I don't think you can even get it anymore, but I am going to just leave a little bit of a border around my tag with this buffalo plaid paper. So I'm just going to go ahead and make a little mark with my pencil to give me some cut lines here and some dimensions, and then I'll go ahead and trim that out and stick my white cardstock to the buffalo plaid, and then I'll have that really nice little buffalo plaid border. I am going to link up in the description box below a bunch of the products that I'm using. I won't be able to link up to this My Mind's Eye Comfort and Joy collection, but I will link up to some other collections that are really great for your December Daily album as well, and that will coordinate with Ali Edwards' 2020 December Daily collection, which I did purchase a ton of, and I will link up to Ali's shop as well in the description box. Love Ali's products every year. They're beautiful. They're always my go-to for starting my collection for the year, and this year I didn't have much of Ali's product left from previous years, so I did stock right up on her products from 2020. So there you can see there's that little element, and I am going to go ahead and hole punch that on that left side. And here you can just see that I have traced out my holes just by taking an element from my binder and just tracing the holes with a pencil. And then what I did was I'm just going to now go ahead with my hole punch and punch out those holes. And now I'm just going to show you how this fits nicely into my album. And there you can see the album that I'm using this year. It's the black with the bronze foiling on the front. I love this album so much. It's beautiful. You can see my intentions page there, the one that has the word believe on it. And now I'm going to create some elements to go on top of this little half tag that I've created. I'm going to be using the Sugar Pea Designs Floral Pocket Tag. This is a die that I have in my stash. I'm a card maker too, so I've got a lot of really great dies that I can use for interactive pieces. And this really sweet little die creates this adorable tag pocket. Now, I am also going to use an overlay of vellum with some silver foiling on it. This is from my stash too. I think it's maybe a Stampin' Up! Paper from a long time ago. I'm going to trace the shape that I want again for my from my tag, using that tag as my tracing guide, my template. And I'm going to trim out that vellum paper so that it can overlay over top of the white cardstock on my little tag element here. So it's just going to be loose over top of that white so that it can be actually a flap over top of the white cardstock. And just measuring that out, I will go ahead and trim that up. And here you can just see now I've got it hole punched, and it is just a little flap over top of there. Now, this is a die from my stash again that creates the word believe. This is a Simon Says stamp die that I bought during December last year, I believe. And I've cut it in 3 different pieces of cardstock. The white Strathmore Bristol Smooth cardstock. I also cut it in a dark green that coordinates nicely with the green on my little folded tag element here, and also some gold glitter cardstock. And I'll now just go ahead and adhere the little scored flaps on my tag to the front of the tag here. I'm just going to fold that over on the score lines. I want to adhere that down with a little bit of score tape here. So I think this is a 1/4 of an inch score tape that I'm going to put on those little flaps that are meant to house your adhesive. I'm going to just take the release paper off the back of those score tape strips and fold that little element over, and it's going to create this really sweet little pocket, and that is going to be a little place for some journaling, a little photo, whatever I decide that I'm going to put in there. So now I'm going to go ahead and glue together all of the different layers of my believe word. I want the white part to be the top, and then you can see that I'm just offsetting it on the green a little bit, so that green just shows up as kind of like a little bit of a shadow on my white. And then I'll do exactly the same thing again with that gold glitter paper, and then I will just have a little bit of a gold border. I'm actually starting to feel like I'm a little bit behind with my book because I only have pictures in it from day one, but I will tell you that this is a December daily, and I'm using air quotes. I am actually not going to document every single day, especially this year, because honestly, what do I do every day during the pandemic? Mostly I'm in my craft space crafting. We don't really go out. We don't really do a whole bunch. And so I'm just showing you my nails. This is the next day, and I gave myself a manicure. So, I feel like I'm not going to have as many pictures as I might have other years. But anyways, I'm just going to go along, try to give you guys some inspiration for ways that you can create your pages and share that with you, just because I love doing that. So here you can just see I'm finishing off my little tag with a little bit of black and white twine. I'm just going to thread that through the hole for the tag and tie a bow. And I did actually finish the hole on that tag with a little reinforcer in gold glitter paper. I use my We Are Memory Keepers reinforcer punch for that. And now I'm just going to go ahead and adhere my little tag on top of the vellum, and I will put a couple of little embellishments from my Jingle All the Way foam phrase sticker sheet. I'll show you that here in a minute. That's from Simple Stories, and you can actually purchase that collection. I will link up to that in case you're interested. I just love how this works as a little flap over top of my intentions page. I think it just makes it look a little bit more interesting, and you'll see when I add this to my book how this is going to look. By the way, the polish that I'm wearing is from Olive and June. If you've never heard of Olive and June before, you don't know anything about their manicures, and you love nail polish, it is a really great manicure system for at-home manis. I have really gotten into this during the pandemic. I actually was not really ever into nail polish before, and absolutely love their products. So easy to give yourself a manicure, and I will link to them. I'm not an affiliate with Olive and June, but I just really love their stuff. So if I remember, I will link them to them down below. There, I'm just going to finish that off with a couple of little foam pieces of holly from that Jingle All the Way sticker sheet. And there is my beautiful little tag in my album. I love that. There's a spot for a picture or some journaling on that white cardstock. And that is going to be what I'm sharing today. So you can just see I've got lots of work left to do on my album. I'm probably going to be working well into January this year, but I'm totally okay with that. And I'm going to take you guys along on that journey as I go. Thanks so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Please make sure you leave me a comment. If you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, I'd love to have you as a subscriber here on YouTube. Hope you have an amazing day. Stay healthy, stay well, and I'll see you another time. Bye-bye.